Now to begin the back of our bag. The tag says that this bag is 38 centimeters wide, but when I measured it, it's actually 36. So we won't worry about tape measure. We will just crochet a chain that fits from one side to the next. Popping a slip stitch on your hook. All we do for our chain is yarn over and pull through the loop. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through. Not doing it too tightly and not too loose. So we need that Goldilocks zone where it's just right. Let's have a little look. Okay, I'll keep going until the end and I'll meet you back there very soon. I've made 60 chains to start the back panel for this bag. Now, it does look too small. It actually is smaller than the width of the bag, but I did start off with 64 and found that my work continued to grow out even though I had the exact same stitches. So I've pulled it all back and I'm starting with less because as you put your double crochets in the chain, it really does stretch your work out. So hopefully 60 will be the Goldilocks number and it'll be just right. So for the first row of double crochet, I do chain 3, yarn over, and I crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4th is here, and I work into that tiny little back loop. Righto, so go along doing your double crochets for your first row, and I'll meet you back here because I need to show you how to do the second row, and then it'll be every row from then on. I use a different starting method. So I'll see you soon. I'm at the end of row 1. Now I'll show you how to do the starting of row 2. Picking up your work, turning it over, we're going to do a single crochet into the top of that last stitch that we made. Okay, so popping the hook in, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. That's 1 single crochet. Then place your hook into the center of that single crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And there you have what looks like a double crochet. So yarn over and going into the second double crochet from the row below, into the 3rd, into the 4th, and count your stitches all the way. Trust me, you'll be glad you did. It saves a lot of frogging and mucking around. So keeping your stitch count at 60, because this stacked single crochet, we consider that as a stitch. Okay, so when you come back, you'll stitch into the top of it as well. Now you can see how this 60 chain width has actually grown and spread over the edges of the bag. So let's do a color change next. Okay, making our last double crochet into the top of those stacked single crochets. Pulling a loop up, yarn over, pull through 2. Then you've got 2 loops left on your hook. Grab your yarn, new yarn that is, and pulling it through those 2 to start your change of color. Turning over your work, pick up your new color, turn your hook back and into the top of that last double crochet you made, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, that's 1 single crochet. Now pop your hook into the center of that single crochet, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. So there's your starting double crochet look-alike. Yarn over and going into the top of the second double crochet. So we're using those stacked single crochets as a stitch with our count. So it's number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Continue counting your stitches until we get this really under control. Here we go, this is looking good. Now let's change colour again. I'm going to carry this red yarn up and change colour with that one. So yarn over and finish our last double crochet of the row into the top of those stacked single crochets. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now we've got those 2 stitches on our hook. We find our red yarn, bring it up, pull it through those 2 loops. Now keeping it somewhat loose so that it doesn't tighten and scrunch up those 2 rows. Turn your work over, get your red yarn ready, pop your hook into the top of that double crochet, pull up a loop, pull through 2. Now we need to do the next single crochet on the top of this one. Hook through the center, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, now double crochet into the double crochet below as number 2. That's number 3, 4 and 5. I'm going to do a few more rows of this red colour and I'll change colour again soon. Let's do another colour change together. Doing our last double crochet into the top of those stacked single crochets from the row below. Pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now grab your new colour, pop that on your hook and pull through the last 2 loops remaining. Now we're going to turn our work over, grab the blue, we're going to pop our hook down below into the double crochet we just made, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now pop that hook in between that single crochet we just made, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now yarn over and into the second double crochet from the row below. I am just going to do random rows. I have no set pattern in mind. I'm just going to try and be random. Random is quite difficult for me, but I'm going to give it a go on this one. I'll see you again soon. Let's do a colour change where you're carrying the yarn up from rows below. So we'll do our last double crochet. We'll go through the first 2 loops, then we leave 2 loops on the hook. Now lifting this red yarn up from 2 rows below, yarn over the hook, pull through those last 2 loops that were left on your hook. So you need to turn your work over, pop your hook into the stitch that you just made, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Popping your hook in the center of that single crochet, yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over and working into the next double crochet from the row below. And on we go. To complete the back panel of this bag, I did 35 rows of double crochet. So it was 60 chains across, which was smaller than the size of my calico bag, but it stretched out once the stitches went in and it worked out just right. So 35 rows. Then up the top, when we do the single crochet, there's 3 of those, and the 4th and 5th go behind the handles. The 4th one being a chain and the 5th one being single crochet. So your back is nice and easy. You choose whatever you want to do, whether you want it plain or all different stripes. It's up to you and your creativity.